Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to my solar return. It's my birthday today. I'm officially 1001. Asterisk. And so, I figured what better day to talk about a thing we call planets that exist within our solar system with our planet Earth and us. We got quite a few. Like Venus. Did you catch the sunset today? Venus was gorgeous. Which one's my pretty light angle? Which one makes me look pretty? One of these? Okay. And so Venus is shining bright in the sky. I think Venus is one of the only planets we can see in the sky. The rest are with the sun. Okay. What are talking about? So it's my birthday today, which is a big day. And so I want to say thank you to everybody out there. I love you. There's thanks to my family, friends, teachers, mentors, and yes, even all people who taught me a lot of hard lessons along the way. But so do you realize we're going to have 3 weeks of escalating energy all the way up to the Saturn Pluto conjunction? Now, technically, hey, it's my birthday, so it's like a birthday party. And since I've been in this foxhole for a while, this is my best way to celebrate with you. So we are partying from dusk till dawn and then dawn to dusk again. I don't even know. Let me get back to the narrative. So it's my birthday. And then in 2 days, we have the 7-year cycle of 2012, 12, 21 closing out. And that's pretty crazy. Like, do you remember where you were 2012? You want to know when I started my Thor News YouTube channel? Pretty much right around the 2012 thingy. So we've been in this 7-year cycle. We went to like Y2K in 1999 when it was like Y2K, Y2K. And then the day happened, and then quote unquote nothing happened. But as we know, the whole world changed. It just took a lot longer. And then so one of the next big date scares with Nibiru, or insert your own boogeyman mythology if you'd like. You had 2012, 12, 21. And even like NASA put out videos on it. Like everybody was talking about it. Like it got built up in the, for now, let's call them the National Enquirer media, which is like literally our political and media and film radio is run under like some weird National Enquirer type system. I guess that's the business model that works best and is the most funnest. I don't even know. And so that 7-year cycle, which I can tell you, my life has transformed dramatically and drastically in those 7 years. So like that's part like chapter 1, boom. And then we have the winter solstice. I love winter. I'm a Norse Christian Jedi. And winter's cool, man. And the days start to get longer. The sun stays out later. So, and it's still cold. And I like that. What was I talking about? Got notes. Okay. And then we get Christmas Eve. And I love Christmas Eve. Many times we've gone to candlelight service and sang with the church, and then everybody lights a candle off of one candle, and it's always a beautiful moment. If you've ever been to whether you believe in Jesus Christ or matter or not, any night you can go to a Christmas Eve service where everybody just sings a few beautiful songs, and then from one candle, all the candles in the room are lit. It's a cool moment. And that one of the reasons I love and respect Jesus Christ is, he just came to give us love and to teach us how to be the children of God. And he gave his life for us. And so He's like my number one superhero. So that's why I've always loved Christmas, and every single day on Christmas, as someone who has great empathy, I can always feel there's like a 5 hour part in every single Christmas where the whole world takes a breath, and for like 5 hours, this is what life could be like if we all work together. And it feels really great. And it happens pretty much every single year. So we got Christmas, but with everybody else who isn't out of a foxhole, you got to buy your gifts, you got to travel to your places, you got to do a lot of shit. It's very stressful. And I get that. But then after that, we have, I definitely think there's a lot of karma. We have a big solar eclipse coming over India to the Philippines. And it runs right on the volcano rails, man. You get like the two eclipses ran right on the volcano rails on the planet, like the Aleutian Islands and then the islands by the Philippines and stuff. Like the volcano rails are somehow connected with the moon paths. Of course, everybody's arguing too much about whatever to really do any scientific research. That's not it. I oversimplified, sorry. So we have a total solar eclipse coming on the 26th. So that's a big deal. So like we are ending the mind cycle. Boom. And then you got Christmas, and I think it's really going to be a matter of like, are we going to have the Scrooge Bill Murray moment where we're like, hey man, why don't we work together? Why don't we all do really cool stuff? Or is it going to be the giant greed fest where the 367 people who have 99% of all the money, the land, the stuff, the technologies in the world decide to like turn it all into some 360, 50 player risk game? You know? We shall see, but the whole future of everything rides on the shit. Ooh. And so, and we got a total solar eclipse right after that Christmas. I found these glasses today when I was walking. Are they totally me? Probably not. Okay. So then we got New Year's Eve, the 31st. New Year on the 1st, which is 2020. This is a whole new decade. This is like chapter 2 of the 21st century. And it's been a pretty wild ride so far that has been bookended with presidential impeachments. You know? And we've been stuck in that almost wall where it's literally been like the Clintons, Trump, since the 90s. 30 years, the same dynasties, same stories, same thing over and over again. And so, as someone who's been around for a while, I'm just ready for new stories, new rock and roll, new advancements in technology, you know, shuttles and rides to the moon and jetpacks and shit like that. Guess here's the big deal. If you're still here, you just tuned in. We've got Saturn conjuncting with Pluto. Now, one of the reasons I like astrology is as a screenwriter. Whoa. See, I have proof I'm a screenwriter, dude. I have a screenwriting book. It says Screenwriting 101. I've read it a couple times, so I'm totally a screenwriter. Oh, hey. What was it talking about? Oh. And so I drew this, I don't know, a decade ago. It's like me going to fight a giant pyramid. Isn't that crazy? You got to draw a self pyramid. Like, maybe we're just going to dance or something. Who knows, man? Who knows? Like, this is the future. Somebody play Footloose. But before that, set up Footloose with Sabotage by the Beastie Boys. Okay, what's it talking about? Oh, yeah, so we have Pluto. For now, let's say that's like the underworld, the hidden world, the secret world, the mafia, secret societies, groups who, you know, Just don't tell anybody. And so that's Pluto. And Pluto is real, man, whether you want to demote it or not demote it. Pluto's like the underworld is real, always has been, always will be. Whether we're on Earth, we're on another planet, we're in another dimension, there's always going to be some overworld, underworld. Even in Norse mythology, you have the different levels. Okay? We have that. And they have definitely been calling Pluto and Mars, have been calling a lot of shots for a long time. I think when the planets go around, they all grow up, just like we do, right? And so Saturn and Jupiter have been growing up, just like Earth is growing up as well. It's just Earthlings, us, the humans, haven't been growing up very well. Right. Where did I put my beer? Speaking of that, my birthday after all. Smoke if you got them. Ooh. All right. Saturn's got a bad rap. Kronos, all that shit. But if you understand history and people who victors get to write history, if you understand that concept of war, so everyone's passing the buck throughout history and in mythologies. And so it's like Saturn is like the taskmaster, the teacher you don't like, at least while you're being taught, but then you realize, oh my God, that was the best teacher I ever had. Saturn's like a destroyer and a builder. Saturn's like karma. Both planets are associated with karma, and Pluto's like the underworld, death, transformation, stuff like that. So you have this big dance about to happen with Pluto and Saturn. And I'm over here in my life as me, T, that's my name, T. Hey, happy birthday. Vaping. I don't know what's in it. The FDA vape, the VDFPA, I don't think regulates these things very well. So it's like potluck. Okay. So one of the weird things is I've been kind of in the middle of, but Saturn supposedly represents the people. Joe Main Street, Betty in Kansas. And so you got like a duet, a play with Pluto and Saturn. One of the things at Thor News, I've been in between the underworld and the public. And it's been an adventure. And so, no matter what, it's going to be very interesting. And I know that I have done what I can. And I've spent a couple of decades planting seeds of all the things that we can and should do when we came to this bridge that we all had to cross together. Yeah. Like back in the day, when I was like 10, 15 years ago and I was drawing this shit, that's an F-35. I think I did this one maybe in 2000. Anywho, so I've done what I can to be like, hey guys, when we get to this point, this juncture in time, here are kind of things we can do, what I think would work, and here are my opinions, my ideas. And I've always recommended teamwork, that we are all the children of God, and that by working together, that we can create an existence straight out of our wildest imaginations, just as Athena and Mercury sprang from Zeus. Like imagination, like our future together can spring from that imagination. But we're stuck in an old system where it's easy to get really profitable, really rich off an old system. Yeah. Focus. And so, I've been here doing what I can for a long time. I'm 48. Maybe you're past the sexy age, but thanks to Sean Connery and Jeopard Depardieu, the bar is pretty decent if I can stay cool. So yeah, man, like 48, been around, talked to a lot of people about a lot of things, about the same thing, like what happens when we get to that crossroads juncture in the future. Here's what I think we should do. I want to build new cities and the greatest infrastructure you've ever seen. That, so much you could do if we were working together. So we'll see, but definitely as Thor of Thor News, a guy who's been in this with you, talking to you about Asteroid Fight Club stuff every step of the way. This is the next 3 weeks, man. Like your whole life was lived these next 3 weeks. Like, who are you going to be? Now, we're in the video game. It's a video game, man. And you're who you're, all the EXP and your skills and stuff, like, it's what you got. What do you want to do? I want to go to the moon. I want to build badass new cities. I want to be in a 3D printed, super beautiful structure that sits on the coast and can withstand a 400 mile per hour hurricane if one of those were to hit. It's totally possible. And that whereas the internet is run by the people who gossip and always say negative things or tell you what you can't do or tell you why, we are chained to superstitions. That there are a generation of men and women, they call them the 313, who have been getting it done for hundreds of years, thousands of years. The artists, the artisans, we've all, the best of the best, they're around, and that we've stayed together through all this modern society by teamwork. Whether it looked like they may be fighting in the National Enquirer news and social media, that even up until now, there is a giant cooperative operation to keep it all running. And so that's all I'm suggesting, is to just improve everything and everybody works together. That's my great idea. But I think they're looking at it like, man, we still got like a year left on Brexit before we have to make any real solid choices. So let's just sink a couple $1 trillion into fully autonomous drones, cell regeneration, and get my super underground bunker up into shape. Love you guys. Crazy, it's my birthday. Yeah, dude, this is real. So, like, we got a Dumbledore's army or anything? X-Men. Okay, cool. Stay cool. God bless y'all. Wait, okay. This portion of the show, I'm going to turn the light off. I'm going to drink beer. I'm just going to play guitar. That's your thing. By all means, you can stay. Seriously. Nick loves. Aye. That's that. I gotta get better. What the hell? But I smell gorgeous. Absolutely. Dang it, I made a mistake. Crap, I had it picked and then I did not know what to do with it. What have I done? I'm such a good pick loser. It's not a great skill to have, though. Why won't my cigarette stay lit? All right. I think it's broken. Still works though. The lights are throwing me off. That's great. Turned on the TV, and this is what it told me. I have worms in my head. But if I take the magic pill, then everything will be alright. Off went the TV and on came the radio. God isn't anything sacred anymore. Shiver me timbers, this country is ready to fold. Don't fall, don't fall, don't fall. Do you remember when I said it was falling? Do you remember when I said there'd be rain? Do you remember when I said there'd be glory? Well, the sun is back again. The sun is back again. The sun Merry Christmas. Okay, great. It's live. I don't know. And technically, I'm not a guitar player. I just like to write words to music. This is number 3, if anyone's keeping count. I've seen a lot of shit in my day. All right. Wait, what is this one? I don't know one song, so I just like to play it over and over. Sit with me, we'll talk a while. I will live in your smile. La da 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 da. I have walked along this road. All right, anybody got any requests? Sweet. I love you guys. You guys are fantastic because here's what's happening. I am playing a guitar, sitting in front of a phone in a room with electricity. My phone is smart though. Excuse me. I just burped. I don't know how many people are there, but you're connected. We're connected together. It's all connected, man. It's wild. Whoo! That sounds like a cue to vape if I've ever heard one. I don't know what is in this. I mean, technically, do you really trust much these days? Who do you trust? What do you trust? Questions. What is a man? What is a hero? What is a superhero? What is a bodhisattva? What is a Christ? What is a king? What is a man? Man. Dude, man. All right. All right. Okay, great. Ooh. And somehow, every time I vape, I feel like Dread Pirate Roberts from Princess Bride, written by William Goldman, one of the greatest screenwriters of all time. Okay, great. Seriously though, he was my number one teacher. I learned a lot from Sid Field, although back in the day everybody liked to bag him. Sid, and then Robert McKee, was he next? I don't even know. Yeah, 3-act structure, man. The universe is a 3-act structure. Hey, if I say anything dumb, it's my birthday, so please disregard it. I appreciate that. What if I never get to kiss a pretty lady again? Could I survive? Could I make it through the day knowing that I'd spent my entire life becoming the best kisser in the galaxy, only to never get to kiss again? Be like if Howard Rourke couldn't build buildings, man. Or if Jimi Hendrix couldn't play guitar, we were still alive. Nick Love's really cute though. There are a lot of pretty ladies on Earth, and a lot of smart ladies on Earth. They're always being mindful. I don't know why. That shit creeps me out a skosh. You know? When they got being mindful all the time is spooky a bit. Now I've said too much. Let's go back to the Pluto Saturn conjunction function. And then Jupiter's. Oh, it's gonna be quite a future, man. Can you believe it? It's gonna be quite a future. Hey, caramba. Astro Fight Club. AFRN. Air Force, Royal Navy. I'm a big fan of Space Force, by the way. I would like to be detailed and debriefed and briefed and filled in and given better specs on what, where, who, why, when. Because I would guess at this point I know a lot of shit and I know a lot of technologies, and I don't even know. You guys knew how many technologies were out there that I don't know. Some places are taking big steps into the future somewhere in our galaxy or down the progress chain. whether any of it is the future, if it's a giant Mayan freaking wheel that where like the colors, the size, the shapes, the sounds, the tastes all change. It's never the same. An entire life the same? Yeah, I don't know. Quantum tunneling at a 360, 180 level, 1080 level. I don't even know. Dimensions. Hey, CERN. Hey, guys. Hey, JPL. All right. Hey, Houston. Oh my God, the sky is amazing. I live in Houston. I got George Bush Airport that way. I think Hobby that way. I got NASA like 36 miles that way. So all the helicopters and things that the flying Christmas trees flying in the sky, it's cool. Like if you could have a porch and just be an old man sitting on the porch looking at the sky going, wow. And the gradient tonight was beautiful with Venus. It was like blue and purple and yellow. It was more purpley purple, indigo. Just yellow. It was wild. Said too much. Technically, it's what I do. Somebody's got to do it. A super villain out there is like, no. Uh-oh. Crap. Here we go. You gotta see my fretboard. Yeah, I just concentrate on the words. The guitar playing's for the really good guys. Another thing, if I have known some really, 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 really great people. A lot of those people were musicians that if you do get to spend a lot of time with the type of people who are usually good musicians end up being cool people. Though they can be shady and sketchy in some ways and definitely have ego issues. That's understandable when it comes with the turf. In my next life, I'm going to try and find a great drummer as young as possible. And a great bass player, too. That's crazy talk. Okay, great. Let's talk about fretboards. Okay, great. Did you guys see Star Wars? Holy crap! Cats. Wait, oh yeah, there's another part. Okay. I'd like to take this time out to point out that y'all have been incredible and awesome, fantastic and wonderful. And that over the last few years, you guys, y'all, have sent me cards. And so during this Christmas celebration, I'm trying to put some on the wall and stuff. One thing I noticed in the cards that I've been sent, doggies. I love dogs, man. Dogs are so cool. Like I think almost every dog I've ever met my whole life, after maybe 7, every dog was amazing. Technically, I love animals, man. Like me and animals have always been cool. Like you have movies like The Beastmaster or whatever. Doctor Strange, I'm sure was good with animals. They're like where you just have like a weird communication with your voice. Like animals like my voice too. I'm talking all cool, man. right? So me and animals have always got along, and animals are always super cute. And I'm always fascinated how they listen, how they're observing the world, and what they're like, and you know. So I love all animals, and I've grown as a man as I got older to like even insects. I used to be scared of spiders. Now I got like 5 or 6. I don't know what they are. They might be from around the solar system. Spiders that hang out in my bathroom, and I'm cool with it. And I got a few bugs that are like, "Hey, buddy." So life, I like it. But so I wanted to say to everybody that, like I said, I've noticed the trend in cowboys and cool landscapes and cats and animals. Although the turkey's not really, you know, dogs get. I don't know. And there's a efficient turkey's like, hey, not only I'm carrying groceries with me. Like I'm not enough to be the meal. I'm carrying groceries with me. Which always gets me into the weird shit. Like you went in some weird timeline where they're like, where if the plans go sideways, love is always with you. Y'all have been incredible. Oh yeah, so I'll play this. They're all the same song, but I like this one. Here we go. Sorry, I'll work on getting handsomer. That's what 2020 will be about. I'll get handsomer. I'm being dead serious though. Sitting on shooting stars, waving at empty cars. Tell me, do you see it? It ain't the first time and it won't be the last time. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I've got unicorn feelings, their emotions, and their meanings. I've got unicorn feelings. See, I would sing there, but that's for a lady. Like a lady part's supposed to be singing there, not the lady part singing. Just that part was written for a female. Um, and that's where she was singing. And then the third part, we were both singing. Well, I guess you could do chorus either way. Was it talking about crazy shit? Probably. We began to fly. The miracle mind. All our dreams are now real. So kiss me, my dear. worst time to make a mistake is probably during a love song, I guess. Oceans, mountains, and lakes, forests, rivers, and earthquakes. My heart melts into you. One from the two. And then I had some crazy part where it goes, everything's fine now, your hand is in mine now. Everything's fine now, your hand is in mine now. Future is so bright. And I'm so lucky you're here with me tonight. Okay, kids, here's what I gotta say, man. Being the age of Matt, a musical instrument, it's like a spirit animal. I don't know what your musical instrument is, but some of you can pick up and just naturally play like a song. And technically, you only need like 2, 3, 4 notes to write an entire song that can be totally badass. So whether it be keyboard, flute, guitar, drums, like bass, I definitely start your kids out on bass though, man. Like, you know, like people, the kids in baseball or golf at a young age, I get your kid bass. A, it's easier to play. It's like on 4 strings. B, a badass bass player can raise the entire band to levels like no other instrument almost in the band. That's not fair. Sorry, not feel guilty. Giggling and shit. Oh, I still got some beer left. I think I might even have some songs left. How many do I even have? I don't even know. A bunch. They're all like 2.5 minute like, incomplete parts, which makes it kind of fun. Bards are badass. So, in the whole Saturn Pluto thing, you know, I'm like Jupiter, Saturn, Venus, Mercury, and I'm like a bard, man, and I wanted it can all work together, like all planets. We're like, once we get our shit together, we got the galaxy to compete with, the universe to compete with, like, let's get it done on a planetary local level. Energy, like good times, man. Let me put it this way. It's like Earth is a giant high school. And every single day, the giant high school, which has trillions of dollars in yen and renminbi and Bitcoin and Litecoin and Litecoin, which is like Bitcoin made of chocolate. Now I forgot to talk about it. I started thinking about chocolate Bitcoin. Where were we at? Hell yeah, beer number 3. Happy birthday, y'all. Crazy solar return. Women, man. Women. Women. I could probably spend an hour just going, women. Women. Women? Women. 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 Ooh. Women. You know? You know what I'm saying? I don't know. If you do, you'll be arguing about that shit on social media all the time. Pronouns. Women. 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 Women? Women. 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 Rhymes with swimming. I'm definitely not in bikini shape. Unless we're doing a comedy, romantic comedy then. There's the whole thing, man, where Jesus only made it to 33 years. Jim Morrison made it like 27. How long did Orson Welles make it? It's like, I would imagine all three. But like Jim Morrison and Orson Welles at one point in time went from being like one of the absolute most charismatic and charming men on the planet to where they're like, and then they all kind of gained a lot of weight and like, man, just gonna sit in the foxhole for a while. So both Jim and Orson went from like one of the top leading men on the whole planet, no matter what they did, they were just like James Dean and everywhere, to, like Fat Elvis. So I would like to, part of this Thor News 10-year, I would guess it's a 10-year thing, to reverse my Fat Elvis, Fat Thor. Thanks, Disney, for putting it in the time capsule. There's no way I would have killed Thanos, though. There's no, I mean, chop his head off. And I didn't, half the population hasn't died. So I've done a pretty good job as your Thor, man. As your new Thor. Like, I'm not the first Thor, won't be the last, but as the Sagittarius, hey, Thor, I've done a pretty good job. So can I pretty please have the all-female X-Men Marvel Universe DC crossover romantic comedy trilogy for like the 10-year chunk? We go 7 years if you want. I mean, it's a pretty extensive with the streaming wars and all the rights and stuff. You've got a wide expanse for an entire world you can flesh out. But quality control is everything. But if I were going to saturate the world with anything, it would be comedy. Like my favorite part at 48 years old, my favorite part, one of the favorite parts of life where I thought we peaked, man, we peaked, was the 90s, 88 to like not to Kurt Cobain died. I've talked about this quite a bit, but like, yeah, 88 to Kurt Cobain died. It was awesome. It was we are the world. Like, we can do it. We can all work together, and everything was possible. And then it was like Kurt Cobain is dead, and then OJ's on the highway, and then impeachment number one. I mean, it was like 24-hour news cycle. Bill Clinton even said, I'm sorry to trigger you by saying his name, but he said back in the day, like, the one thing that totally disrupted everything we knew was 24-hour news. And being 48, I saw back in the day as a kid sitting on the floor, I think I remember most Green Bay Packers games. Green Bay Packers games. But the news, to where you went from like 3 channels to 100 channels to like 1,000 channels and one asterisk corporation that owns them all. Is it talking about? I don't know, crazy shit. That buzzer was probably like, you were way over the line, man. 48 years. So I'm just saying everything has changed. And Bill Clinton said the 24-hour news cycle, which came about through like Clinton to OJ. Like, that was how they introduced, they needed giant events. They needed a Mike Tyson versus Holyfield fight to like get it in. And the next would come the like Twitter, Google, like the new, like, hey, these 15-year-old geniuses who are all Boy Scouts have invented these perfect information data tools to track your every move, thought, and word spoken. Flies, heart rate, and all that shit. And so it came, you got the 24-hour news cycle where they're in our brain like, oh my God, this is crazy. And then came like, oh my God, Facebook. And the whole thing that nobody talks about is why I was thinking about this today. Like why, like I love Twitter because it's like the danger room in the X-Men where it's always combat. Online a cigarette. I love Twitter. But like people have not discussed like how powerful women are, how powerful, beautiful, like the desire, like men, how much men want to have women, like sex with women and stuff like where it's always been a drug and a control of man. Fuck, where's I going with that? Oh, but yeah, like that's the reason most people on Facebook, Twitter, it's like it's still the man woman stuff or woman woman man man. We're like one of the main things about Twitter that is so great is I can tweet pretty much any woman on the planet at any time. Yeah. And so if like you're good with words and like, hey, I thought of a joke, I thought of cool words. And so here they are, and they're cool words. I don't know. Twitter's cool, man. I got a bunch of sticks. I mean, I have a lot of possession, but back in the day, it's just like it's a piece of wood, man. Like Ron Swanson in Parks and Rec. Good wood. It's cool. It's a good one. I got a pretty good stick collection. Don't be scared of wood, man. We're talking about. So yeah, like the whole that is like the unspoken glue. That's why most men work crappy to like money. Like we're all chasing love. And we're all chasing love and kisses and sex. Men have been getting the shit kicked out of us for a fucking decade. Like not even we don't even get to say anymore. It's like kicks in the balls and like, you guys caused everything. Men are responsible for every fucking shitty thing that ever happened. You know? It's like it's been wild. So I'm hoping that men and women, masculine and feminine, can work it out. And all the secret societies and Saturn, the Taskmaster, and all the letters in the alphabet, and the new alphabets and the old alphabets. Oh, this is the Holy Bible. But because I was born December 12, 19th, 190. But it's 3x there. 190. 190. It's the universe, the 3x structure. So reading I've read the whole Bible. I mean, we gravitate towards our favorite parts, the most interesting parts. And so the book of Revelation 12 and 19. And I'll probably do another video where I discuss them, but chapter 12, Revelation. Jesus was born in December. And a great sign appeared in heaven. A woman. Women. Man. Women. I love my mom. My mom's badass. She's funny too. She's Sagittarius. I've said too much. Like he's a loose cannon. He doesn't even know how to be mindful. And then I'm like, dang, I'm thirsty. You guys got anything to drink? That was energy drink. Let us continue. And a great sign appeared in heaven. A woman clothed with the sun. I love the sun. Man, I got terabytes of footage of me videotaping the sun and then trying to talk and saying stuff. And sometimes funny, sometimes not. One of these days when I'm not on fire and things calm down, I have a dash of security and maybe more than 13 kisses. I will edit that and get to it. I got just over the last 7 years, I have a ton of footage, whether it be GoPro, phones, of the sun. And a lot of it's really, 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 really good. And a great sign appeared in heaven, a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet. The moon! I was talking about the volcano rails on the planet when you watch them go around. There was a YouTube channel I really liked. you know, in the YouTubey kind of way, where you could at times, if you caught it right, or you get good information, called Moon Hits Earth. And he would show parts of the Earth that look like parts of the moon, and they're exact replicas, and it's the moon and the Earth. And so I would watch his thing sometimes, and I would glean some really interesting stuff. And then he was a big Sailor Moon fan, and Sailor Moon's just like women in Japanese Sailor Moon cosplay. What the fuck is that? Like they took big boobs out of comics and then put it in cosplay. I'm broke. I can't afford cosplay. I can't afford this like $20 hoodie. It's like one of the greatest purchases I've ever made in my whole life. This freaking hoodie. So I'll be walking around town like, what? All right. Okay. 3 beers. See? 3 beers. Don't let me drive. That's fine. Somehow I lost my car on Christmas 26th, a year after the eclipse. Now I've talked too much. Okay, we're trying to get to the Bible here. Revelation. This is the future I'm talking about, man. This is what 95% of the people on the internet quote back to me. Like, the book of Revelation says, like it's all written down already. We have the details. And free will has very little say. So just go to the book of Revelation and we are fucked. Like, man, I don't know if you read it right. Okay, so a great sign appeared in heaven. The great sign was a woman clothed with the sun, with the moon under her feet. And here's the whole thing, man. Like, let's say we take the first 3 paragraphs and we give those 3 paragraphs to Steven Spielberg. We give the other 3 paragraphs, we give the same 3 paragraphs to Tarantino. And then you give the same 3 paragraphs to the guy who wrote the movie Saw. You know, that's going to be 3 different stories. From a perspective, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's no excuse for us not to work together in here. There's no reason for us to fail having an Olympus united, an Olympus in bloom moment on Earth and in our solar system. There's no reason in here. I don't think there's any reason in any book that was written 2,000 years ago, 10,000 years ago. You know, I mean, sure, there are aliens that can come down from other planets, tell me like, you don't understand the Book of the Dead. I'm like, yeah, I don't even, whoa, grab my guitar again. I'm trying to get through this shit. I'd like to take this moment out to thank Gerard Depardieu. You know, he paved the way for me, I guess. Feel free to misconstrue that. How are you on French cinema? You can make a million jokes about Francis Truffaut. It's 400 blows. She was pregnant. Okay, so a sign appeared in heaven. It was a woman clothed with the sun, and I have seen a woman in the sun. She's beautiful. She loves animals. The moon under her feet, and on her head a crown of 12 stars. Boom. She was pregnant and crying out in birth pains. We go back to the Astonishers, the very first video, I believe it was called Birth Pangs. Was that 2015? Was it 2013? 2015 probably. Birth Pangs. I was like, hey, all, we really need to work together. That's 5 motherfucking years ago. Oh. Great, now I'm going to hell because I said the F word. And I can't find my cigarettes. So it's like 2 different layers of hell. No! Nihilists! Albert Pike! Shit. What if I lose all my scientific reputation and stuff? They're like, you're drunk on camera. I'm like, that's fine. I'm not going nowhere. It's legal. It's my freaking birthday. And we're talking about plutonium, thorium. It's okay to be chubby. I'm a pig. In the winter. Why is my voice so trebly? Oh no. It's okay to be trebly in the winter. No, that's not true. It's okay to be chubby in the winter. I'm getting there. Okay. Crap, that's not even the shit I was looking for. Hey, the audio engineer and me was like, hey, why don't you turn off the ceiling fan? I was like, great idea. Totally wasted. My birthday. Some people are like, well, you don't have to videotape and live broadcast your birthday. But I'm talking pretty coherently about a 7-year mind cycle that ends 48 hours. Winter solstice, it's a big deal. Christmas Eve, big deal. Christmas, big deal. Total solar eclipse on the 26th, big deal. We got a lot of earthquake and volcano action happening. Then you got New Year's Eve, first of the year, and then boom, the Pluto Saturn connection. And I recognize some people, a lot of people in the public, who do not acknowledge or spend that much time thinking about the underworld, the hidden world, the can't get past the velvet rope world. And it's kind of that simple at times where, I mean, it's people who can't get past the velvet rope. People who can't get back into the back smoky rooms. Kit Kats. If you need comfort food, Kit Kats. And I got ebony and ivory of Kit Kats. Pluto and Saturn. Okay. We're only on 12. We only made it to 19. I lost my glasses. I just fired myself. She was pregnant and crying in birth pains. Okay, I guess I'm gonna wrap it up there. No, I found my glasses. You saved but an hour. See, I don't know if I've said it yet, but I might try and live stream my entire birthday. Is that weird? There's no way I'll be able to do it, but I'm just saying. For my date. That was crazy. When I picked it up, it opened a new card and highlighted. So I'm going here. Then the king will say to those on his right, come, you who are blessed, to be my father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. I was naked, and you clothed me. I was sick, and you visited me. I was in prison, and you came to me. Then the righteous will answer him, saying, Lord, when did we see you hungry and feed you, or thirsty and give you drink? And when did we see you a stranger and welcome you, or naked and clothe you? And when did we see you sick or in prison and visit you? And the king will answer them, truly I say to you, as you did it to at least these, as you did it to the least of these my brothers, you did it to me. I think that's part of the reason I've just been trying to be as cool as possible all the time. Well, it's impossible to be perfectly cool at all times. Maybe someday. How did I lose my... Okay. So that was chapter 12, December. Now we're going to skip on over to 19. I'm going to wrap this up and then maybe walk around. Go look at Orion. Orion was beautiful. Sweet. And it's always good at the end of the yearly evaluation of like, do we want Thor to still be our planetary defense commander? Especially now with Space Force kicking off in a real logistical kind of way. You know, we'll see how much the public gets to know, and then the underworld. Sweet. So we're skipping now to chapter 19 of the book of Revelation. Because I was born on the 19th. This would be the 11th paragraph. And then I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. The one sitting on it is called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he judges and makes war. His eyes are like a flame of fire, and on his head are many diadems. And he has a name written that no one knows but himself. He is clothed in a robe dipped in blood, and his name by which he is called is the Word of God. And that me being a Norse Christian Jedi, New Testament Lutheran, that's how I was raised, that like we are in a battle between the ancient word, the 2,000-year-old words, and the living word, both the Word of God. All right? And so you have the Old Testament, the Torah, you have the New Testament, and then since I was a kid, I've been obsessed with the idea, and that's why I wrote a bunch of movies and drew a bunch of drawings like that, like the idea of a newest testament where God speaks through man and woman to the people. And that in Acts 2, not surprised, the system, which is turned into a debt creditor usury system, has tried to lock it down, and basically in almost every way said, no, there can never be any living word. We're shut down at Act 2. And so I've always believed in Act 3. So everyone who always comes along trying to translate Revelation, which people have been trying to do since it was written. I mean, I'm pretty sure, what was it? His name, Isaac Newton. He wrote a bunch about the parousia, the second coming. And if I understand correctly, even the Jews believe in a first coming, which kind of the same thing. I don't want to debate with everybody and start a bunch of like, but like we're just looking for heroic people, and that the faithful and true and the Word of God, living and ancient, coming together like Pluto and Saturn. And Jupiter's over there too. Venus is going to play a big role, because if I'm going to ramp it up somehow, women, doing my best to get all my men under control all over the earth, and the males and all the soldiers and everybody, every man on the planet. I had to be like the Godfather of Earth, like the divine masculine representative, trying to get all my gang in order, and hopefully we can get both sides, the women and the men, could do a better job at being awesome. Anyway, the 3-week escalation, and this is fun. Happy birthday. God bless y'all. Stay cool. God bless everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Did I make any dumb faces? Hopefully not.